So we'll just, we're not going to act like we don't know what they're talking about with this, right?
Yeah.
But I guess what you're trying to say is, does the couple that asks want both the husband and wife or just the wife?
Just the wife.
Right?
Now, husband, if that's your type of thing to just watch, like person on the, we ain't gonna disclose no name. If that's the type of person that you just want to be there and watch it, then hey, it's on you. But I mean, it depends on your preference.
Right.
Like, if you're a watcher, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's on you. But if they wanna just your wife, then you need to have a conversation with your wife, like, what's going on? All right, is this something that you want to do, or
Yeah, but then you got some couples that just, okay, so I've heard of situations, and I could be saying this wrong, so if there's anybody who's watching right now that understand and knows exactly what this is, but I've heard of unicorn partners. A unicorn partner, and if I'm correct, that's when there's a couple, and a couple has one outside person, whether it is a male or a female, that participates in sex acts with just them as the couple. So that would be like, for example, you and I having an outside female or outside male join us on occasion for sexual acts. I think, if I'm correct, I've heard it and I've seen it and I've read about it, that is called a unicorn partner, or someone who is just there for that gratification of the act. And if there's anybody that's logged on right now watching it, feel free to drop some information in the comment section. But I feel like people do it. I feel like it's a real life active way of living for some people.
Hey,
and to each his own, if that's the case.
I was about to say, to each his own,
Right.
Hey, if that's what you want, that's what you like, that's what you want to do, hey, by all means, do you. But just don't put yourself in a situation where it's going to cause issues with you and your relationship. You know what I mean? Because, hey, she might get with them and might not want you no more.
This is very true. So you got to be careful.
So it's, it's to each his own.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
We talked about opening Pandora's box. People who are interested in having three-way relationships, three-way husband and wife with a girlfriend, open relationships. We touched on this because of everything that was going on with Jada and Will right now in the news, or last week before we did the show. So it's an active way of life. People do it, and you know what? To each his own.
Some people do it and it works for them. Some people do it and they don't.
But if this is a problem in your marriage, if your wife has been approached, if your husband has been approached, on a repeated basis by someone that's interested in having a sexual encounter with you all, you just need to have communication. You guys got to talk. And if this is something that has been the wife has constantly been approached about, maybe she's just appealing to that couple. Maybe that couple was just turned on or appealed to her, and it could be a vice versa situation. It could be that the husband is approached constantly about it. But communication is everything in relationships, regardless of whether somebody is approaching you, asking you for an opportunity to be like that or not. You just got to communicate, and if it works, then it works. If you want to test the waters, listen. You open up a lot of risk in your relationship when you start allowing additional parties in. So you got to be mature enough for that.
Right.
Got to communicate.
Yep.
So we're going to say talk. Communicate is the response to that. How do I tell my boyfriend, this is the next question, how do I tell my boyfriend that I'm no longer interested in living together? We moved in 6 months ago and it's been hell.
Damn.
My Lord.
Well, how long y'all been together?
Prior to moving in together.
Right. So that's one. If y'all just met and y'all just moved in together, that was issue number one right there. You just moving in with somebody you just met.
Absolutely. Because people change. Once those boxes are unpacked, other boxes get unpacked. And you learn things about people when you move in with them. You learn things about people when you live with them on a regular basis. You learn their likes, their dislikes. You learn the pros and cons of being in a relationship, being connected to them.
Yeah.
When you move in with a person. So I feel like you should have taken some time to get to know him if you guys are just getting involved, or you should have taken some time to get to know him before you decide to move in together.
Right.
Because now, if you're moved in together and you both are under a lease together, you kind of stuck. Now you're putting your credit on the line just to be in a relationship with him, right?
You can move out, but guess what? You still gonna be paying for that rent.
But not only that, like
I'm just saying, your name on that lease too.
But not only that, moving out, now you are putting a relationship in jeopardy, right? Because what the hell is going on that y'all can get along after you just moved in together? Moving in with someone is a big commitment. Nobody just wakes up and says, you know what, let's move in together.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Like, it has to have been a build up to make the decision to move in together, one. And then what's going on that is causing so much tension that you feel like you got to get out?
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I was a firm believer, like, listen, before we get married, we gotta live with each other for 6 months, because guess what? Y'all can be the bestest of bestest friends, the best couple ever, but not like the way each other live.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So as soon as y'all move in, it'd be like, oh, all hell done broke loose.
Right.
Which could be the situation what's going on.
Yeah.
Some people are better living apart than they are living together. And if y'all can't live together for 6 months, ain't no point putting no rings on them fingers.
There is,
because guess what?
Yeah.
You gonna be on that divorce line, or y'all gonna be married, living in separate houses, which is the dumbest thing ever. So.
Yeah, we've seen that happen. People be in a relationship, in a serious relationship, be married, be together, be connected, and then all of a sudden, we need some time apart, and you ain't even been together for a year.
Yeah.
So how long have you been together is the first question that we have.
Yep.
What's going on in that household that's causing you to feel like you have to disconnect? And then, did you think this through thoroughly? Like, because that's crazy to make such a big decision, take such a drastic big step, but not be able to follow through with it. Because if you are dating, because this doesn't say that person was dating, it just says after they've been in together. Yeah, my boyfriend actually is what it says.
Yeah, so they dating.
Okay, so it does say my boyfriend, but you're not married. So here's my point to saying all of that. If the relationship were to get to the level of being married, you can't just leave.
Nope.
When you are married, you don't just get to take a vacation because you're sick of your husband's shit.
Yeah.
I'm sick of his shit all the time. I don't get to take a vacation.
She about to take one. No, together.
But you don't just get to walk away when you are unhappy. You know what I mean? You got to work through the tough times. You got to work through all of the obstacles. You got to work through all of the stuff that you don't necessarily like about a person. A person's the way they keep a home, the way they keep their house might not be what you like or what you view as ideal.
Exactly.
I have OCD.
Like a mug.
I probably drive everybody in my house crazy about the cleanliness of my house, and now that everything is going on with COVID, it's even worse. So, I feel like that it's one of those things where you guys should have done a lot more detailed investigation about who each other is before you moved in together. You know what I mean? Now you're stuck into the situation where you live under the same roof. You possibly got a lease under each other's name, and now your credit could be at risk if it doesn't work out, if you decide to leave. So, do some self evaluation. The next question that is or has been submitted to us: do you believe that men and women can be friends with no benefits and no hidden agendas?
Yeah and no.
Tell us why.
Yes and no. You got reason being because you got some people that's out there with hidden agendas. Like, let me befriend them, to get close to them. I know they dating somebody, and they get close to them, and then when that dating system is gone, then they like, you know what, my turn to move in. Because guess what? A lot of people want to marry their best friend. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you want your husband or your wife to be your best friend. So if they already your best friend, you know that person. Both of y'all know each other in and out. Y'all may even, of course y'all got love for each other, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that may be the type of person that you want to be with, but that's your friend. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it may be the stipulation of like, hey, y'all may grow together. You get what I'm saying? But then looking back on the outside, that person you was with, y'all get together, and that person you was with, well, how long they been messing around with each other? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a thought that goes in everybody back there. You might not be consciously thinking about it, but it's back here.
So what you're saying is that you don't think that men and women, and you do think that we can be platonic friends.
You got some that can
with no sexual intent and no intention.
Correct.
But then you also think on the flip side that you can be that way too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
got some people who's got some type of minds, and they be like, you know what? Yeah. Now, let me say this. Now, if like our friends are both of our friends.
Mutual friends.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're mutual friends. So your girlfriends, I love them to death. Their family, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Same as my buddies.
Right.
My buddy. It's been plenty of times like. Or if I can't get to you, be like, all right, one of the guys will go pick you up or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's trust. And then my boys, you know what I'm saying? They're your friends. They like brothers to you. Your girls are like sisters to me.
Right.
You know
In that aspect, I've never had to question whether or not your friends had my best intent in mind or had ill will against us.
Right.
In mind.
Nor your girls.
Nor my girls, right.
But you got them people that's been out there, and then they come in with new friends that don't know none of the clique and this and that, and then they have different agendas. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So not saying that everybody's like that. They're not. You know what I mean? But it's some that's out there that's like that. So
there are. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I do think that people can be platonic friends. I do think that women can have male friends and not have the intent to sleep with them. Now, whether or not that male friend has the intent to sleep with them is, that's a personal thing. But for me, I think I can have male friends without the intent to sleep with male friends because your friends are my friends already. And I don't want to sleep with any of them. You know what I mean? And I think that it can be vice versa. And I do agree that sometimes people have hidden agendas, So I guess, that's to answer your question. We feel like it can happen. And then we also feel like that it's a possibility for some situations it can't. I think it's maturity. I think it's just a maturity thing, right?
Yeah.
You got to be mature enough to be able to have that kind of friendships or relationships with people.
Yeah.
Right? Next question. Would you be okay with Carl having female friends? Would you be okay with me having male friends?
New ones? we just spoke on it.
Now you're saying new ones. That's a whole nother situation because your friends and my friends are old friends.
Right.
They've been our friends for 20-something years that we've mutually been together for most of them. So new friends. That's a good way to throw it in. It didn't say new or old. It just says, would you be okay with me having male friends and would I be okay with you having female friends? And I'm assuming, let's just say new ones because we've already touched on old ones.
We already touched on
So would you be okay with me having brand new male friends that you've never met?
Yeah, see, that'd be a problem for me. That'd be a problem for me. It's live and direct. Woo, buddy. Because listen, you ain't got nothing but other tendencies. Not you.
Well, why do you say that? What if they really just want to be my friend?
Girl, look, why? Why they want to be your friend? Please tell me why they want to be your friend.
Ask them.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they ain't going to answer because they ain't know. You get what I'm saying? Oh, they won't be your friend, all right.
Oh, God, that's funny.
I don't know, you want me to go on Facebook and get some new girlfriend?
Go ahead.
No. I ain't got time for that.
We got bills and shit, so.
No, see.
I'm just playing.
Nah.
I'm just joking. I think that though, in reality, you and I have been through a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And in 20-something years, if we can't trust that the friends that we have developed, you might get a new job and connect with your coworkers on a different level. I mean, hell, even the job that you currently have, there are female friends that you have made at that job. They may not be homies you hang out with.
They just people.
Okay.
They're there.
But you. I think it's people that's there.
No.
I hope ain't nothing I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. But I mean, you've connected with females at your job, and I don't know.
Right.
So technically, you have created new friends. I've created new friends through my job, whether it be people who I work with or it be customers that I might have met over time that I've become friends with. You don't know them, so in reality.
So nationality is.
Yes, we have done
but
that.
it's not the type of friends that you go like, all right, let's go out to dinner and this and that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So to me, you may be. It may be friends, but it's a different type of friends. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I guess if y'all understand what that is. Like friends go out to dinner, friends go out to bars, friends go out to clubs or go anywhere, different things. You get what I'm saying?
So I guess in that aspect we can call them associates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or work friends, or you know what I'm saying? It's not you talk to them at work or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you may build a bond, but it's a bond, I guess a work bond. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it ain't like, hey, girl, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to dinner. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so then on the flip side of that, playing devil's advocate, there are going to be times in life we're in business, because Carl and I, for those who know us and those who just joined and who don't know us, we have several businesses together and apart. Right? Carl's a photographer. I am not a photographer, even though I take a lot of damn selfies. So through that, he meets a lot of people, male and female, right? I am, a life coach, a relationship coach, intimacy coach. Sometimes I'm going to be coaching people of the opposite sex, right? Also, I run a female empowerment company called the First Ladies Club. Again, I meet people all the time, same sex and opposite sex, because of that. So outside of just the regular people we meet through work, right, we're gonna make connections with other people.
Yeah.
Whether we put them in the friend category, business associate category, or associate category, in your relationship in general period, you need to be okay with the fact that your mate is going to build other connections with other people.
Yeah, no, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right. As long as there's no ill intent behind it.
That's what I said. It's a difference in it.
Right.
You're not going out. You're doing a business. You're doing business things. You're not going out to dinner. You're not going out to movies. You're not going out to the shopping mall to go shopping and stuff like that.
Again, on the flip side of that, what if one of your business associates wants to have a business lunch?
I deal with models and people. I don't need
outside of the models and the people. What if you connect with someone that says, "Can we go sit down and have lunch or drinks and let's talk about some business?" That's a topic for communication, right? That's a point in a relationship where we should be able to communicate and be like, "Hey, I met such and such, and this person has a business, and I think I want to connect and do business with that person, and they want to know if we can go out for drinks." It's a time to have a conversation at that point. Yeah. And then whatever happens from there is the build up. Right. But at the end of the day, it all reverts back to having open, tough conversations, right? And trust. Like if I can't trust that you are right, but if I can't trust that you out here having a business dinner or lunch with a business associate and there's no ill intent behind it, then what the hell are we building, right?
Well, no. Well, see, that's the whole difference in it. Well, it ain't a difference. It's just a whole difference in it. It ain't the fact that we wouldn't trust each other. It's the fact of the other person. Yeah,
but then that's when you block. That's when you know how to put those blockers up. Right. If every guy I talk to I thought wants to sleep with me, then I don't need to ever talk to a guy ever in history in passing. Hey, how are you? Don't even say that because they want to sleep with me.
I guess you might best stop.
Man, bye. Boy, bye.
They looking at that joint like, hey.
Oh my God.
No.
Wow, baby. I mean, really, like. Oh my God. So then that means I'll never talk to any males and you'll never talk to any females.
Hey.
Not never.
Ain't talk to y'all. They ain't trying to let me. Listen, you got the guys and the girls. Nah, I'm forgetting.
Alright, next question. Hilarious. Let's skim on down this list. I know it's some good stuff. What's the best advice to give someone that's about to get married?
What's the best advice? They're about to get married?
Yeah. Don't do it. No, I'm just playing.
She said it, not me. Nah, definitely have. Hey, listen, y'all gotta have that community. Everything we talk about, it always comes back to communication.
Yeah.
Communications, trust, and loyalty.
Right.
Those your main three things. If you can get those things together, going into this marriage, you should already have them. Because I don't know how long y'all been together for one. You get what I'm saying? So if y'all ain't built that trust, that communication, that loyalty by now, you better not do it. You know what I mean? But if you have, then do it. Go for it. By all means. Marriage is not for punks. There's a show we used to watch all the time.
It is not
definitely
for
not for punks.
Absolutely.
It takes a lot of trust. It takes a lot of communication, and at the same time, it takes a lot of what's my word?
Well, my word is gonna be compassion.
Compassion, but that ain't what I was talking about.
What is that?
We were just talking about it.
And I'm gonna say transparency.
Okay.
Because okay. And support. You know, I think that if more people
compromise, that's what it was.
Compromise is definitely probably number one.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because there's gonna be times where he's gonna want to go left and I'm gonna want to go right.
Yep.
And
you gotta figure it out.
You gotta figure it out,
without
right?
an argument.
Without it being not just an argument, but without it being a depletion of each other's character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By that, people like, I should be able to disagree with what you want if I want to, without you telling me I'm dumb, I'm stupid, my opinion don't matter, blah blah blah. Like, there should never be a depletion of each other's character in your relationship, right? You gotta support your man the way you want your man to support you. You gotta support your woman the way you want the woman to support you. So it's the same. And compromise is a big thing. Communication is big. Compassion has to be big for each other. You got to be supportive to each other's goals and dreams and aspirations, and supportive when people just don't feel like it, because sometimes you just don't feel like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to always get up and want to be married. You're not going to always get up and want to be in love and lovey-dovey and all on each other. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're just going to want to be yourself for the day. And it's important not to lose who you are in marriage, because we do it all the time. All the time. We forget who we are. We forget our goals. We forget our intent. We forget our dreams, because we are too busy trying to support, or be there for the opposite person, and we forget who the hell we are in that same aspect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm just scrolling through these questions because there's a lot of them. What was your first impression when you met each other? What was your first impression of each other's families?
Ooh. Let's see. My first impression of you, I was like, ooh, look at them eyes. Ooh. Call me. Her impression was like, get out my way.
My first impression when I met you was, this dude is a thug. I do not want to be involved with a thug. My first impression of him was, he is hood, he is a thug, he is a troublemaker.
She racial profiled me. That's what she did. As a black woman, you racial profile me. God,
Your friends on this thing, don't lie.
What I
all of y'all were some bad ass people. Bad ass kids in high school.
No,
I was not racially profiling you, first and foremost. I love my black men. Black Lives Matter. However, I did think that you was a troublemaker when I first met you. And I was just like, Lord, this is not, no. Okay? Your friends was on joke time 24 hours a day.
That's good.
But the funny part about it is that you weren't a clown like them. Like Greg, if you ever see this video, you were a damn clown.
Yeah, Greg was
okay? Clown town, 24 hours a day. Nate, not so much. Dion, not so much. You know, but Greg was a clown.
Greg was a goofy.
Greg still is a clown.
You got to have a goofy. You got to have one of the clowns for the group.
You got to even it out.
Yeah,
right?
have you funny. You got to have you funny. Yeah. Everybody can't be serious. Everybody be serious and it'll be loud.
Maybe that's what it was about you. Maybe that's what it was. I thought you were just too serious. You were intimidating when I met you.
Everybody say I got this look that just like I'm mad at the world.
He walked around looking like he'd not want to be effed with on a regular basis.
I ain't want to be at that school.
He didn't want to be bothered with nobody. He ain't had time for it. It's how he kind of looked when I first met him. So I was not immediately attracted to him when I first met him. I was like, this dude has got to be in a gang, crazy, terrorizing the neighborhood, terrorizing the school. Yes, that's all the things I thought about when I first met him. However,
the nicest person you ever met.
In time, those things changed. Some of those things might have been true.
What?
Nothing. But in time, things changed and I got to know who he truly was. My first impression of your family was the total opposite of my family. I was raised very, very sheltered. I was raised very, very, I didn't really have time or get to explore some of the fast things in life and the street smarts. I didn't get any of that growing up. I kind of grew up, and I I learned a lot through him, through his family. So I loved your family actually when I first met them. You know, a lot of people don't get along with the in-laws, but I absolutely loved your mom when I first met her. I absolutely loved your sisters when I first met them. I absolutely loved your brother. That's my best friend. But yeah, that was my first impression of everybody.
I definitely loved you. Now your aunt.
Which one?
Merle. Merle tried to jack me up. I was like, wait a minute, Slim, wait a minute. My mama raised me right. Come on now. But listen, no, I definitely loved your family.
That's cool.
I always loved your family. Now, mama gave me a hard time.
My mother did give you a hard time when we first met.
In the beginning, yeah.
She was not giving you, she was not with it. She was not giving you the time of day. You had to prove to her that you was serious about being serious.
Listen, mama loved me to death, man.
She does. It's sickening, y'all. It is sickening.
Mama loved me. She loves me.
Oh my God.
Hey, but that's good. It's always good to be love your in-laws, because guess what? Not to say that your in-laws matter, because guess what?
That's right.
You are together.
That's right.
Y'all got to live with each other. Now you ain't got to live with your in-laws. In-laws ain't got to come to your house. You ain't got to go to this.
Yeah.
But it's always good to have them on the good side.
It's good to have a good relationship with your in-laws, because a lot of times people are getting, like nowadays, a lot of people getting married, a lot of people getting engaged, and you typically think, and actually there was a question in here or something in here about opinions of family members in your relationship. You know, we had to learn, it took us a little bit of time, but we had to learn that what goes on in our marriage and in our household goes on in our marriage and in our household. My mom's input, my sister's input, my aunts and uncles' input, his mom, his sisters, his brother, his family's input doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we married each other. Mm-hmm. The families got married into us by default.
Right.
So when you are getting married, people who are getting married, people who are watching this that are engaged and you're getting ready to embark on marriage, that's a whole nother level of life where you're now committing yourself to not just this person, but to this person's family. So I'm gonna say this, and maybe you might feel the same way, maybe you don't. Go into your situation, into your marriage, with an open mind, because you're marrying someone whose family has loved them forever. You know what I mean? Like his mom, his siblings, his family has loved him forever. My family has loved me forever since I've been on this earth. So of course they're gonna have a feedback, and of course they're gonna have opinions about the things that you two go through. But at the end of the day, just be mindful and respectful and compassionate of their opinions. But their opinions do not make or break, or should not make or break your relationship.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. 2. What are some turn-ons and turn-offs that you have? What are some things that turn you on about a woman, and what are some things that turn you off? That's the next question.
Turn on and turn off?
Yeah, turn-ons. Let's start with turn-ons, and then let's do start with turn-offs, because in our coaching practice, we like to start with the negative first and end on the positive. So let's start with turn-offs. What are some turn-offs? We can go one for one.
I say, I don't like ratchetness.
You don't like ranch?
No, oh my God, I can't. I can't deal. I don't know what it is. It's never been me with them. The ladies that just too damn ratchet. It's like you can be a little wretched. We gonna say wretched. You know what I'm saying? But when you just like, I mean, it's like, really. Really, come on, yeah, that's too much. I guess it changes over years. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The older you get, it's like, you know what? I used to like that guy. I told my, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's different as the years go on. Yeah, the older you get, things kind of change about what you do and don't like, right? For me, I'm going to say non-supportive mentality from men. It's a turn off to me when a man has a negative depiction of every single thing that a woman believes. Oh yeah, that's wrong.
You know what I mean? Like all the time I'm on social media and I see guys, how men comment or kick back their feedback or opinions on something that women talk about, or I'm trying to think of the best example I can give. If you ask me, like last week we talked about what women want and what men want, right? My interpretation of what women want may be different than what a man believes women want.
Right.
But you're asking me as a woman, so my opinion is my opinion.
Right.
Don't break me, don't tear me down for giving you my opinion.
Well,
I don't like, that's what it is. That's my turn off. I don't like men who tear women down.